We live in an age that speaks endlessly about identity, yet quietly annihilates it. Never before have people been so encouraged to be themselves, and never before has the definition of the self been so aggressively outsourced. Everywhere you look, someone is ready to tell you who you are. Your data knows you. Your algorithms predict you. Your demographic explains you. Your ideology completes you. And still, beneath all this classification, something essential is missing. Because the self is not a profile, the soul is not a pattern, and identity cannot be mass-produced without becoming hollow. This is not an accident. Modern life is not hostile to the soul in obvious ways. It does not burn books or outlaw thought. It does something far more effective. It distracts, it overwhelms, it fragments, it floods consciousness until silence becomes unbearable. The result is a generation that is informed but not wise, connected but not grounded, expressive but internally mute. We move quickly, but we do not move inward. And so the war against the soul does not arrive with violence. It arrives with convenience. Comfort replaces meaning. Validation replaces truth. Belonging replaces integrity. Slowly, almost politely, the inner world is abandoned, and what replaces it is noise. Society does not force conformity through brutality. It does something subtler. It rewards it. From childhood onward, we learn a simple equation. Approval equals safety. Say the right things and doors open. Believe the accepted beliefs and friction disappears. Adopt the correct posture and life becomes smoother. The soul, however, does not grow in smooth conditions. It sharpens in resistance. It matures in solitude. It speaks clearest when no one is listening. But solitude is dangerous in a world built on constant exposure. So we are trained to fear it. We fill silence with content. We replace reflection with reaction. We trade inner authority for external consensus. And conformity becomes not just social, but spiritual. You stop asking, "Is this true for me?" and start asking, "Will this be accepted?" This is how the mask is born. At first, it is light, temporary, practical, but masks, worn long enough, fuse to the face. One day you realize you are no longer pretending. You are repeating. Repeating language you did not discover. Repeating convictions you did not earn. Repeating outrage you do not feel deeply. And beneath all of it, the soul grows quieter. Not because it has nothing to say, but because it has learned it will not be heard. Ralph Waldo Emerson saw this danger long before algorithms, before mass media, before digital tribes. He understood that the greatest threat to the human being is not ignorance, but the surrender of inner authority. Self-reliance, as Emerson conceived it, was not arrogance. It was not isolation. It was not rebellion for its own sake. It was fidelity. Fidelity to the internal signal, to the intuitive intelligence that precedes language, to the quiet sense of yes and no that exists before justification. Emerson believed that the soul possesses a form of genius that cannot be measured, standardized, or proven. A genius not of talent, but of orientation, an inner compass. But compasses only work when trusted. The modern mind distrusts instinct. It demands validation, evidence, permission. And so the soul's intelligence is dismissed as irrational, dangerous, or naive. Yet no amount of data can tell you how to live. No system can replace lived experience. No authority can absolve you of the responsibility to decide what kind of person you will be. Self-reliance is not certainty. It is courage. Imagine your intuition as a blade, not a weapon of aggression, but of clarity. When sharpened, it cuts through illusion. It distinguishes truth from performance. It separates what is yours from what was imposed. But every blade dulls without care. Each compromise blunts it. Each unexamined belief weakens it. Each moment you act against your own knowing erodes its edge. The world is stone, trends, metrics, institutions, ideologies. Each one grinds the blade down. Eventually, people lose not only their intuition, but their belief that intuition ever mattered. They call this maturity. But what they have actually lost is sensitivity. A blunt soul survives. A sharp one lives. To maintain sharpness requires solitude, reflection, and the willingness to be misunderstood. And this is precisely what society punishes. We are taught to worship consistency, to never contradict ourselves, to maintain a coherent narrative, to remain legible. But life is not coherent. Growth requires abandonment. Old selves must die for new ones to emerge. Emerson called consistency the hobgoblin of little minds because it binds us to outdated versions of ourselves. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to revise. You are allowed to abandon beliefs that no longer breathe. The soul moves in spirals, not straight lines. From a distance, its movement appears chaotic. But zoom out far enough, and a direction reveals itself. Failure only destroys those who postponed living for approval. A soul-guided life absorbs failure without collapsing. It does not cling to identity. It does not calcify around success. It simply continues. The world promises peace through achievement. Get enough recognition, accumulate enough security, align with the winning side, and you will rest. But external peace is always temporary. It depends on conditions, on fortune, on circumstances outside your control. Real peace emerges from alignment, from acting in ways that do not fracture you internally. You can fail honestly and sleep well. You can succeed falsely and rot from within. The soul knows the difference, and it keeps score. Even goodness can be corrupted when detached from the soul. When morality becomes institutional, it becomes hollow. When virtue is performed for visibility, it loses weight. Emerson did not reject compassion. He rejected moral outsourcing. Goodness done from obligation is empty. Goodness done from inner necessity is alive. Do not be good because you were told to be. Be good because something inside you refuses indifference. And accept that this goodness will not always be polite, popular, or legible. You are not a blank page. You were born an author who forgot how to write. The war against your soul ends the moment you reclaim authorship. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deliberately. By choosing inner truth over applause. By trusting intuition over consensus. By sharpening the blade instead of surrendering it. Peace is not elsewhere. It is coherence. And coherence begins when you stop letting the world speak louder than your soul. If you're still here, it means something in this video touched you. Maybe it wasn't comfortable. Maybe it didn't give you answers. Maybe it simply put words to a feeling you've been carrying for a long time, but never fully named. And that matters more than you think. In a world built to distract, staying present is already an act of resistance. Watching all the way through, reflecting, returning for another video. That alone tells me you're not just consuming. You're listening. This channel exists for people who feel that quiet tension. People who sense that something essential is being eroded, but don't want shallow motivation or easy optimism as a replacement. People who are willing to sit with discomfort, depth, silence, and questions that don't resolve cleanly. If that sounds like you, then you already belong here. Becoming a channel member is simply a way of stepping a little closer. It helps keep this space independent, slower, and uncompromised. Members get access to extra reflections, early releases, and content that goes even deeper, without algorithms deciding what deserves to exist. It's not about exclusivity, it's about continuity. And if at some point you feel that a video genuinely gave you something, clarity, grounding, or even just the feeling of not being alone, using super thanks is a direct way of saying, "This mattered to me." That support doesn't disappear into abstraction. It directly sustains the work. That said, hear this clearly and honestly. If all you do is watch, think, and return, you are already helping more than you know. Sharing a video, leaving a comment, letting these ideas live with you for a while. All of that keeps this channel alive. Nothing here is demanded. Everything is invited. If you choose to support more directly, thank you. If you're simply here, listening in silence, that is already a form of trust. And it's not taken lightly. Stay aware. Stay inward. And take care of what still feels real inside you.